It's time to take down the evil Albert Einstein. I mean Wily. Dr. Albert Wily. Yes.
Why did Wily look like he was cosplaying as a character from Metro 20 something? 2028? 2048? Whatever that game is called.
Yeah, okay, look, Mr. Obscure. I don't know what the heck you're talking about. So, you mind explaining?
No, that game is not obscure. It's about nuclear. I actually don't know, because I've never played it. But I know there were gas masks, and why did it look like he was wearing a gas mask? I didn't want to say he looked like Master Chief because he doesn't.
Okay. Sure. I really don't know what to say to that. Which is already a terrible sign considering we're just a minute in, but oh boy, let's just keep going. Nothing, nowhere else to go but right.
Clearly, Dr. Wily used all of his good ideas on all the other places because this is the most boring dungeon so far.
Well, it's just a bunch of turrets and sentries, just like it's basic. Just send turrets and sentries. But his last line of defense is the Gutsman stage rail.
Oh, totally. I take it back.
It's like if screw King Alive or whatever, just all the security things. If I wanted my stuff protected, I'd have a Gutsman rail just right before the safe. Just, by the way, that's the hardest jump in the game. That thing that we just passed, hardest jump in the game. You have to practically just do it right at the frame before it drops, or else you are the one who shall drop. It is so unfair.
Well, I mean, hardest jump for the hardest dungeon.
Yeah, it's technically your last challenge before Wily. Because, yeah, since we defeated all the bosses in the boss rush isn't in this stage anymore. We just go straight to Wily. In the
Really?
weird place. I don't know. Remember, the boss rush was its separate thing after the copy robot. Well, no, at the copy robot stage, it was its separate thing. So, yeah. So the remaining bosses that would have been before Wily, that they're not there anymore. So it's just a straight shot. And Wily brings up a very good point about how he could have won if he just didn't ignore Rock at the beginning of the game.
So what you're saying is the meaning of life, the reason we're all here, is rock and roll.
Exactly. And Thomas Edison. But let's not go into that right now.
No, Thomas Edison's the reason that Dr. Wily is here. He would probably idolize Thomas Edison for killing an elephant.
Well, no, wait. You don't seem to realize where I'm going with this, okay? Or do you, and you're just being facetious?
No, I'm just making my own reference or my own joke with that instead of what you're doing. I'm ignoring your joke. I'm making my own.
But it's not a joke. It's an actual thing. I'm not throwing out random words. That's what I mean.
Oh, I mean, electricity?
No, oh my gosh.
Is there something I don't know about?
We've gone through so many games. How did you not figure this out? The Dr. Light and Dr. Wily are based off of Thomas Edison and Albert Einstein.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird.
I mean, is Thomas Edison equivalent to Albert Einstein? That's weird.
No, it's not. What equivalent? You're just doing that. But I'm saying that it's ironic because apparently Albert was a pretty cool guy and apparently Thomas was kind of a jerk.
I mean, he did kill an elephant.
Oh wait, that was an actual real thing? You weren't just making that part up?
Of course not. I've watched Bob's Burgers and I know the facts.
Yeah, I mean, if we can't get our facts from Bob's Burgers, who else can we trust? Either way,
That's what I always say.
something to go about this Wily machine. It's not just like a special turret like in the first game. Rather, he uses the data from the robot masters that he got from Megaman when he copied him, and you know, the boss rush and all that stuff, and incorporated it into the Wily machine. However, just like with Copy Robot, there's a flaw in the data, whereas if you hit him with the weakness of the corresponding robot master, he takes more damage.
That's genius.
Unfortunately, he has this special attack where he rams you, and somehow you're supposed to know that whatever attack thing he had was still active. What's supposed to happen is that you're supposed to hit him with whatever the weakness was of the last attack that he used. Except that if you don't, the damage is inevitable. However, I didn't know that. How would I have known that? Now the only thing that would be indicative of that is the button at the top, which changes, it changes color, I think, dependent on the robot master power being used. Let's see if that's correct. Yeah, it does.
That's kind of weird.
So the only indicative thing that the machine is still technically weak to that would have been the button color up there, which I only literally just noticed a while ago. So yeah. Either way, somehow we defeat the first four, but Wily just like knocks around some hammers sometimes, and then just, you know, fixes it somewhat, kind of. There's still that pipe at the bottom, but whatever. Also, he does, just like in the original, he does not have a windshield. We are very clearly shooting him.
That's actually true. I mean, no, those are the stun shots. Don't forget, your Mega Buster is used to turn the bad guys good. So, obviously it's not lethal, which means what you're doing to Wily is not lethal right now.
We're shooting
expanding the lore here.
No, you're not. We're shooting him with concentrated solar energy. It can melt his face off.
Obviously not, since it's the non-lethal way to detain.
Oh, what about
robots.
that non-lethal? What about that
there's
non-lethal
some sort of
thunder we just threw at him, huh? How non-lethal? Or that bomb that we literally threw at his face. Quite non-lethal. Children can play with it. It's children safe.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just said that the bomb was child safe, so I don't have to defend that one.
No, that's not what
electricity, you're just firing up the machine.
I don't even know why I'm arguing with you. Anyways, wait, did that not do damage? I didn't see the bar go down. It was weird. Either way, ironically, the hardest thing to dodge from him is the rolling cutters. This Cutman's getting a lot of love in this game. He really is. Just this stuff is a lot more.
That fall should have killed him.
Well, he finally made the cut. Also, Megaman can apparently teleport because he was not at that side of the screen at all. Well, I mean, Megaman can teleport.
Yeah,
he's
learning. Long
distances.
Really?
Yeah, that's how we move from stage to stage, man. Teleportation, yeah. Shabby knack knack.
I like that High School Musical freeze frame in the air while Dr. Wily is at the side pretending to turn good.
Oh, right, I forgot my obligatory. Please forgive me. Almost forgot
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And the saddest part of the entire game was the implication that they'll be back next time.
Which is, it really is because everybody would have loved a powered up 2. Just imagining the Wily's robot masters with their own personalities outside of the comics. And technically the manga, but those are also comics. But just it would have been cool. The new I mean, I don't know how the extra robot master stuff would have worked, because the reason why it works now is that these are light robot masters, so they're spared and you can play as them. But it wouldn't really make sense unless Light decides to send them against Wily's robot masters the second time. I don't really know, but still, I'm sure they could have thought of something. Capcom's come up with a lot of story bullcrap to justify themselves before. Oh, we'll get to X6 in the far future. But yeah, they've done that before, they can do it again.
Yeah, totally. I agree.
Also, Jonathan Love was credited as question mark. Just the best guy.
Okay. Yeah, he is the one that stole the other Pokemon from Professor Elm.
Cutman was sitting on the mailbox again. This is why, just every time, just it breaks the entire thing, and then we have to fix it every day just because he doesn't learn.
Yeah, that's why Dr. Light should make a male robot. And make that robot male.
I was thinking, is there a mailing robot that sounds like... Because I was going to be like, Postman, the greatest robot master.